This is Salamancer, and you are watching SalTV, home of competitive Team Fortress 2 in all its forms and flavors, except 3v3. We haven't done that in a while. But you know how I always start these off like paused, and they look really slow, and like nothing's moving? Well, today, something about that changed. Whoa! Oh my god! Alright, anyway, I thought it was pretty hilarious that that was happening. Yes, this is going to be a Highlander game, and oh, I gotta turn my volume off to do that. Okay, I fixed it. So, of course, everything is going to be in normal motion, unless I decide to slow things down, slow-mo. But it is going to be basically Polk's team versus Be Right Back uninstalling. And people told me Polk's team was what everybody's kind of good at calling it, because it's Polk. He's like the craziest heavy of all time, one of the best. The only person he looks up to in the world, and as far as playing heavy goes, is Alex. But it's, yeah, so the Polk team is actually called Let's Play Some Highlander. Or Highlanda. Let's play some Highlanda, I think. Versus BRBU, Be Right Back uninstalling. So, this is going to be some high-level Highlander. It's not like Platinum. We're not watching the Syndicate versus, you know, bonus points like last season, but... And bonus points doesn't exist, so I guess it would be Jinyu Force or Ginyu. But regardless, we are watching some pretty good stuff. This is going to be in the Gold Division, which is one step below Platinum, right? It's pretty good. Interesting spot for the soldier here, actually. We'll see if he can get anything done. Exco. I wonder if people know about that spot. I'm sure they will after this, because that's kind of crazy. We got some snipes going down. We got some stuff happening. So far, nobody paying attention to this soldier up here. Nobody spots. Oh, no, they see him. Oh, they see him. Sorry, Exco. That's it. That's all you got. Oh, that's too bad. So, Siga going to be hanging out behind here for a little bit now. I'm pretty sure he's going to get spotted too, but at least he's got the Dead Ringer, so unlike Exco, Sigafu can actually get away with this for a little while. Oh, but the Pyro found him, air blasting him into a corner. Perfect play by this Pyro here to just keep him in place until that Dead Ringer wears off. He runs out of metal, and that will be that for the Spy. So far, this defense by Let's Play Some Highlander, it's not off to a fantastic start. They've gotten a couple kills, though. Wendelin has been taken down. And meanwhile, the Uber comes in, so this is going to be the important part, the crux of the push, as it were. Will this Uber actually take down the sentry gun? And no, it does not. Very good counter Uber by the red team. Let's play some Highlander. Actually playing some Highlander now. They are going to be able to hold that off quite effectively. Comanglia, I have no clue what that means. Oh, yeah, Comanglia? I don't know. There's some weird names out there. But anyway, there is a player, apparently Tom... Oh, aha, yes. So, last week I called this guy Tombo. It is Tomato. Yes, I get it. Somebody posted that in the comments, and I was just like, oh, I feel like an idiot now. Because I am. It's cool. But Comanglia getting back here, and what on earth? He looks like he was moving faster than any sniper could ever move. But anyway, BRBU finally did take down the sentry gun. They've almost got the card. There you go. Finally capping it. That did take quite a long time. Sniper barely missing 8-ball here, and 8-ball is going to be quite happy to have a full buff. He's got to still watch out for the sniper, still watch out for a lot of damage coming in. And there is a sentry back here already, but the Uber's been forced for the red team, and so at this point, BRBU should be able to take this down pretty quickly. Barnblitz, not such a fantastic map in my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and take sides here and say that I much prefer your classic Badwater and Upward, mostly because of the last point. Everything until then is just fine. I do like watching this part of the map. There's always some secrets and stuff happening. Sentry gun has been taken down. 8-ball, finally, his streak has ended. But the last point gets really ridiculous, and that's basically what all the Highlander teams talk about. I went and scrimmed, actually, a Barnblitz match with a Highlander team last week. It was a tin team, I think. And they were talking about, yeah, nothing matters until last point. Or, you know, I guess I'm caricaturing them a little bit, but that's essentially what they said. So, will BRBU actually manage to get this done? Heck, in some oh, heck. You're done. Heck tried. He tried. He really did. Moose and Rusky Doo's Canadian cousin here, going to be jumping around the... Yes, I just made that joke. Jumping around the corner, and he does spot a bonk scout, not able to stop him quite yet. Interestingly, the Uber has been popped once again. I'm not sure who forced that one out there, because Scar still has 150 health left. Spy got in behind. Not going to be able to do a heck of a lot. I think he might have used a different... No, he is down for the count. Sigafu is gone. The Uber just finished fading away there for our red team. Neither medic... Has either medic died yet? I don't think they have. I think both these medics have done a very good job of staying alive. And the teams, of course, have done a very good job of keeping them alive. Polk in an ambush position here. No, he is just going to hang out with the rest of his team. Getting shot by a scout who will chase him down, but that scout flipping and doing cartwheels in the air as his life is ended by none other than Polk himself, who, by the way, is wearing some pretty stylish glasses right now. And nothing else. What hat is that? Is that a hat? Is it like a hatless? What's going on here? The security shades. I like it. I do like that hat. I mean, it just makes him look like a big bruiser, doesn't it? And we all love bruisers here on SalTV. If you don't love bruisers, you can just get out right now. Of course, we've got Wendelin and Caffeine both taking down Sigafu once again. Meanwhile, Blitzer staying pretty far back. What do you do as a scout on a payload map? That's always a question I ask myself. Because when I'm playing scout, and I subbed scout, I was like, what do I do? Occasionally, I'll be able to get in behind the enemy team and like cause problems for the teleporters, and that was about it. I'm really bad. But we'll see if maybe Blitzer, I'm sorry, that's really a difficult name to pronounce with all those consonants in a row. Blitzer basically just staying back and providing DPS support, and that's all he's doing. Xco, meanwhile, loves these high ground perches. He's just dealing little, chip damage here and there at that demo man whenever the Uber fades off of him. And pretty much, Xco is going to continue staying up here and just trying to cause havoc, cause some damage. Coming, they're going to go for the headshots. Not in that one. But the cart is still not pushed up that hill just yet. There is a blue spy there coming in. Going to set the sappers down. I thought maybe he'd go for the med, but I think it would have been too obvious considering where the medic actually was staying. So good choice to sap that sentry, and it has actually been taken down as a result. BRBU able to get the push put on just fine. Xco trying to jump in and take down the med. Not able to do that quite yet, but Scar is at 100 health now. He did just grab a health kit. They got to be careful about this, though, as Sigafu is taking down players. Komangla did get a headshot there, so can they knock out this blue med? I don't know. And Suchef here for Let's Play some Highlander. Ready to defend. This is where it gets brutal. This map is not well optimized for the last point. Well, I guess it's really well optimized for the defense. But there just aren't enough ways in. There's too many places for your red team to hide behind corners. And generally the choke points are too small. And the red team can see where you're coming in from. So we'll see if BRBU can actually make a push here. So far, this red sentry up here, level 1, going to be wrangled from all the way behind. And we've got a sniper battle. Machina versus Machina. It's going to be Komangli getting the kill. And my camera getting the nauseation. Yes, if you have been nauseated right now, well, you already signed the waiver. So you can't sue me. You did sign the waiver, right? So there's this waiver. You were supposed to sign it before you watched, and now I'm in some legal trouble, apparently. But Ritalin doing a decent job back there. And, of course, it's one of those favored spots of engineers when you can just run right in, grab a cabinet, and never even have to worry about setting up a dispenser. I don't think he has a dispenser back here, does he? No, he does not. He's just going to grab that cabinet whenever he needs metal. And that's it's a beautiful thing that he can do. Of course, the offense is not going to like that one bit. Now, it is even Uber situation right now, but the blue team needs to get all of their players back in position. Caffeine down to a nice shot by Komangli that we missed. Scar trying to dodge his way out of this danger zone here, but he wants to keep his team moving forward. They've really got to stuff the defenders back into this point so they can't see what's going on, but that's just not happening yet. I'm actually playing with books on my table right now, and they're about to fall over, but I hopefully don't get destroyed here. Okay, interesting Uber. They have popped the enemy Uber, and at this point, they are just going to go ahead and retreat out of here instead of trying to chase around. Now, that's going to keep them alive, but it's not going to get that cart pushed any farther or any closer to the end, I should say. Scar 1-1 trying to push in for the BRB team. Hulk down! Nice kill by 8-Ball, who's actually, wait. No, K2, I'm sorry. K2, the scout there, who got that kill. 8-Ball was helping. So, my bad. K2, if you were going to use that for a frag video, I apologize. You still can't. Here, let me do it. Oh my god, K2 got a stick frag on Polk! There, now you can use that in your frag video. See? I'm a nice guy. Xco is sticking back behind. Right now, the meds are down for both teams, so this is actually pretty good for the defenders. They can hopefully defend this for a little bit longer on their part. Of course, Wendelin going to be hanging out back here. Yeah, I don't like where BRBU is kind of posted right now. They are sitting way outside of the doorways. They're not really doing a terribly great job of capturing ground up here. Now, that's tough to do because a sniper could be hanging out here at any time, and he can just walk around this corner and shoot you in the face, which is never good. We actually got a Pyro who's watching this at the moment. But yes, there you go. Now they've got some presence over here on this flank. Med even walking around this way. And of course, they always have the option to go upstairs as well. So I don't like the fact that they're not really putting enough pressure on, at least from my end. It doesn't seem like enough pressure on that side. I could be wrong, though. I could be, in fact, 100% totally, completely wrong. Because I don't play Highlander at a gold level. So who knows? I'm not a strategist. We got Negate. Looking for some kills. He's got a mini sentry just sitting out there behind right now, and that mini sentry not doing a lot of damage, but it is doing zone control, and that's really what they want. Heck, he's trying to make sure nobody spotted him here. And where is he going to go? He's just trying to hold some position until he can find the perfect time to strike. And he is going to go ahead and go for the sniper. Point blank pistol shots. Not quite able to get the kill yet, but Sigafu will get taken down by the mini sentry that's been laid indoors. Heck's got to be careful now. He wants to get in and get this sap on the sentry. Engineer has not spotted him yet, so very well done by Heck. That is going to be a lot of damage done to our red team here. K2 forcing the Uber drop off of the med for the red team. That's Kai the Foe. Kai the Foe something. This cart ought to be able to get to that last point. Musindu needs the health, though, and he will get lit on fire, taken down by Sous Chef. Sous Chef, he's not quite done yet, but he did at least force the med into a corner to die peacefully and on fire. Rillen, meanwhile, deciding that it's mini-sentry time for defense because it's clutch time now. And we'll see. Looks like that blue offense has actually been stopped for the moment, which is kind of a shame because that looked like a really solid offense, but the spawn is just so far away from this last point that it is almost impossible. This is why, by the way, when I was ringing for that game as a scout, I really made it a priority to harass that teleporter as much as possible. I wanted to make sure that our enemies did not have the capability to get from their spawn to the last point in any kind of like reasonable amount of time. Because it's so far, it is so ridiculously far to have to walk, especially say as a heavy, from all the way over here to where they're fighting right now. It's ridiculous. So we saw, let's see, there were about 9 minutes left on the clock when the blue team capped that third point. There are now 5 minutes left on the clock, so we have wasted 4 minutes here on offense, and the blue team has not been able to get that card in. It's actually moving backwards now, which is not going to be good for them. They want to push this in pretty soon. They've almost got the Uber. Caffeine down. Blitzer is down as well. Scar's walking in. He doesn't want to pop this Uber until it is, there you go. He will finally pop that, but they've lost Negate, they've lost K2, and they've lost their Pyro, so they don't have a lot of flank presence, I guess, and that means that the less damage they have on the field, the worse things are going to be. Scar trying to heal players here, but it is just too late. Heck, getting a nice stab on Polk, so once again, our American Wonder Heavy is down. I hope he's American and not like Canadian. That would be a shame. Yeah, that's it. Canada sucks. But no, once again, the defense is just too good here for Let's Play some Highlander. They have a really, really solid play style here on this last point. And I've really got to be careful here not to, like, ruin my voice because I'm sure, given that it's Barnblitz, it's going to be a very, 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 very long match. Nice sticky trap there by Callie. I've seen Callie before. I've seen Callie before. I've seen that guy. He's a guy. Could be a girl, actually. In fact, that might be why I remember Callie, because somebody may have complained that Callie was a girl, and I was like, oh, I don't know. But frankly, I'm not going to go through my emails and try to find that out. Okay, so Tomato getting back into the game here after his substitute, TOH, has abandoned the team. Meanwhile, Exco really happy about shooting the wall. This is classic. Oh, that's not good. I'm watching this Uber go in right now, and they already knew this Uber was coming in here, so they have gone ahead and popped it. Now the Med and the Demo are going to try and rotate back out through here. Med gets away. They do a little bit of damage, but they don't really get a lot of kills. Sigafu's the only one dead on defense so far. There you go. Now they finally killed the Engineer and the Sniper, but there's still a lot of damage out on the field. And look at that. Only 3 players left alive for our blue team. Sous Chef does get taken down, so it's not like those players are completely useless, but they can't get the cart pushed by themselves. There is still somebody just barely tapping that cart, but it doesn't matter to our red team right now. They are set for life here with this kind of a time on last point. It's not bad. The enemies failed a lot of pushes. Then again, on Barnblitz, I mean, failing pushes is pretty standard. So, I don't know, man. You tell me what's going on here, because it is very much up to BRBU at this point to make something happen. They've got 70% Uber charge right now. They haven't really tried like a crit screen or anything, but they are trying multiple angles of attack. It's just these aren't working all that well. 8-Ball is down. Blister and Exco have died for the defenders, but Scar now can't even get upstairs to connect with his heavy until something is done about all these players up there. Sous Chef, the Pyro, finally, his reign of terror has ended, but he will be back from the grave momentarily. And there is the Uber. They're not even ready to push in with it quite yet, and they haven't taken down the enemy Med. Sigafu is going upstairs. Oh, is he behind the enemies? Yes, he is. Now, he's probably not going to be in time to take these guys down and force an Uber drop, but right now he's actually just looking for people, so he's not even... Man, he's a really careful spy. Polk looking around there. We're going to keep an eye on Sigafu because he could be a really big game changer here against our friends in blue. Looks like the Uber is already popped. Polk sees this. Uber not popped for him yet. Sigafu coming in behind, meanwhile, and he's going to go for the stabs. Doesn't even get anything done, actually. It's too late for you, Sigafu. Sounds like a kid's show, doesn't it? Sounds like something you would literally say on a kid's show. There you go, though. He will get a nice revolver shot to make up for things. He's still getting kills. And Polk standing up here looking triumphant. They didn't have to pop that Uber the entire time. They're just kind of hanging out upstairs like, yeah, no problem. We got this defense. It's Barnblitz. It's Barnblitz, baby! Send a little like C right now, don't I? Polk is going to have to retreat from that, but never drops below 100% health, really. Actually, he's taking some damage from the scout. Once again, K2 really likes to harass Polk quite a lot. And, you know, he and Polk have actually traded a couple times here. I don't know who's doing better in the duel right now. I would give it to Polk, but I honestly don't know the stats. Polk's got to eat that sandwich or at least get healed by his med up to like half, 3/4 health, something like that, before he feels really good about fighting. XCO standing upstairs looking for anybody walking up here. Direct hit on, actually. But there is a bonk scout kind of getting in the way. Can Wendland do anything here? I don't know. Actually, he's doing some good damage to Polk over there. Well, some decent damage. Not good damage, because good damage would imply that Polk was actually, like, getting low on health. Oh, he sees him. He sees him. He's going to go for this. Is he going to go for stabs? No, he's not going to decloak him yet. There you go. We'll finally decloak right now. And the pyro spots him right away. So, Sigafu, we are just not catching your good moments today. XCO, meanwhile, going for the shots there. Not quite finishing off that sniper, who is at 1 health, by the way, Tomato. But there are more important things going on. XCO's got to stop the attack on the cart. 10 seconds left to go here. And I am pretty sure that Let's Play Some Highlander will actually completely shut out their opponents. BRBU are not going to get this attack. Cart will be moving backwards in 5 seconds, and at that point, this will be the end of the round. So Let's Play Some Highlander, making things look really, really easy. Now we get to see what Negate is doing. Negate, of course, setting up as the NG with the Eureka effect, which means that he's basically prepared to retreat. And that is a common thing that you'll see on these payload maps. Of course, BRBU kind of trying to do exactly the same thing as their opponents. Now, do bear in mind, this is not a usual scenario, but since BRBU uninstalling, yes, that's the team name, since they didn't cap the last point, their opponents only have to cap the first 3 points in a faster time than they did. So if they beat that 4:57 on the board for the first 3 points, they win. If not, then they just have to cap last. So that's easy enough. But BRBU, I mean, they've got to defend every single point like it is their last. And, of course, you are going to see Negate. If he feels like he's getting too much pressure, he doesn't have enough teammates, he is going to use that Eureka effect to drop back to spawn, hopefully with his sentry. But, wait, can you do that? I don't think you can do it with your sentry. You have to be taunting, right? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. You can't do it with your sentry. But you can at least keep your engineer alive. That is the important part of all of this. So we'll see how the offense pushes out here. Right now, the Spy actually taking first dibs on anything coming out. They do spot that sticky trap. Not really going to get anything done. Heck down for the defenders. And K2 having to grab some health. Meanwhile, Moosendu does spot XCO there. We didn't see him, but he was definitely right there in front of the guy. And the snipers are exchanging shots. You do see those tracers coming out of the Machina. I do kind of like how they added that to TF2 there. Those tracers make seeing snipers much easier. Much nicer for the casters. My voice is definitely going right now. I am a little bit sick, in case you couldn't tell. Kind of sucks. But what are you going to do? We have Ritalin actually using that short circuit. So usually you see that on like a defending engineer if he just wants to keep stickies away from his sentry. But in this case, he might actually be trying to defend his medic or something. Heck, getting taken out by Polk. I'm sorry, other way around. Polk getting taken out by Heck, as I can't read kill feeds. And this engineer is just not being stopped. Ritalin finally will get put down for now, but he will be back and focused on this game before you can shake a stick at him. Because that's the way it is with offense. You just respawn. And yes, I made a joke about Ritalin and focus. If you didn't catch that one, well, it's because, you know, you can be forgiven because it wasn't very funny. Is kind of the point. Kai the Foe doing a pretty good job here as the offensive med, keeping his team alive. There goes the cap, and Callie will keep that scout well away from his med. So good defense there by Callie, boxing the scout out. The scout decided to walk over to Sticky, so he's just like, well, okay, get the kill. Sounds easy enough. Meanwhile, though, our red team here did back up, and they did so effectively. It's just that sentry is only at level 1 right now, so our engineer with that hot rod hat on, he's going to need to get some things done. There you go. It is now at level 2. Level 2 is okay, but not when there is a big Uber coming in. At this point, the sentry, it's still up. The Wrangler keeping it alive just barely, but no, there it goes. Uber just fading now for our blue team. Let's Play Some Highlander, though, is starting to get outplayed here by this red heavy. That is Musendu, who just did a crazy amount of damage. Polk not done yet, though. And actually, somehow, Scar got taken down by Komangle. I wouldn't see him get the kill. That was a pretty good one. Oh, I really need some water. It's getting pretty bad. I'm having to, like, turn my volume down just so I can cough directly into the microphone several times a minute. Ugh. I probably should get some water after this round, but after the round, okay? Now, you do see the cart 2.5 minutes left to go here, as it is very, very close to that third point already. They will have to spend some time getting this cap done. And there is a sentry out here, but it does get taken down very quickly. And in fact, there's only 4 members left alive for the BRBU team, so I like what our blue team is doing here. They're getting way out ahead. They've got the Uber ready to go. They can just pop this on the heavy at any time. This might actually be a really quick end of the round, because remember, they only have to get the cart right here in the next 2 minutes. Now, interesting play by Caffeine. He's just WM1ing everyone, and it is working. Cart falling all the way back down. That Scout will get taken down, and the Uber is just finishing off. But Tomato, oh, he wanted to get the kill there. He sees the med, does not want to give the med any kind of, Uber saw hits, and he did not, so it's good. Some decent defense going on by BRBU right now. They did manage to stuff that Uber just a little bit, but at this point, that cart could still very easily get pushed up here in the next minute. That'd be pretty bad for BRBU. They lose this round in a very stunning fashion. Nonetheless, Wendelin, he spots, well, he sees the spy. I didn't realize it was a spy, though. I think it's just somebody on his team. And there you go, jumps straight into the spun-up gun of a heavy. Never a good idea. Heck, meanwhile, going, oh my gosh, nobody saw him here, so he's just going to go ahead and get a couple of stabs. Takes the spy down first, actually, which actually was not a kill. Sigafu was disguised probably as a friendly, and that was not, you know, the one person he could have stabbed, that was not the right person. Cart getting pushed here, and there is no problem. That is going to be the round. That's it. That's Hulk's team. Let's play some Highlander. Taking a round off of BRBU. Wow, these guys actually had a really short round switching time. That's unusual. Very, very unusual. And I'll say it's unusual. Oh, Polk doing some dancing here. He's pretty happy about the way that round went. I'll say it's unusual because I actually don't usually do this, but I left the match running while I went to grab a glass of water. A glass of water? A glass of water.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
And I very, very nearly missed the start of the round. A little weird. But anyway, we will have to see how the defense is getting set up here. Tomato, of course, inside the house. Where is our engineer? I don't know. Wendelin using the direct hit, interestingly enough. Ah, yes, Negate will be up here once again. Kind of the same setup as last time. Nobody's standing upstairs, and I think for good reason. Of course, remember where Exco was standing, that opening shot of the round, and he actually got spotted out pretty quickly. I'm not sure why Wendelin is using the direct hit here. I'm not really getting a lot of hits yet, although maybe he's kind of waiting for the shoulder to jump up. No, he missed that one. Pyro actually getting a nice reflect on that direct hit. Didn't really do any damage. Polk and Echo, meanwhile, getting taken down. And you know, this defense already looks just a little bit better for Be Right back uninstalling. They are, of course, defending first this time, so their opponents get to set the time that they get to beat. And this time around, the cart is going to have just a little bit more trouble getting up here because nobody's able to push and make room for the medic to get the Uber into the sentry. And the Uber needs to hit that sentry. That's really how you take it out. There's almost no other way to do it unless you just get a really, really lucky spy play. But I mean, or, you know, really lucky spam, but that almost never happens. So you kind of have to depend on your Uber to take this position. Polk, meanwhile, is pushing upstairs. You know, he's playing a very risky game here, and he will go ahead and back up. Perfect positioning on his part. But yeah, he is playing a very risky game against that enemy heavy, who will go ahead and take him down. The Uber is getting pushed in. Meanwhile, Blitzster taking the cart almost to the point already. And yes, that sentry is shooting, but it doesn't even matter. Oh my gosh, Blitzster finding the engineer. And that's going to be that. Oh, not a lot of defenders left for BRBU right now, so they are probably going to lose that second point. Well, then again, do remember that the turntable exists right there, exactly as a way to kind of slow the offense in case they're steamrolling. So we'll see whether they can actually manage to get a sentry set up inside the barn of Barnblitz. right now it looks like their team is in a position that they could do that. Polk taking a headshot, not quite dead yet, but he was not feeling too great. Covered in piss, got a bullet straight through his brain. He's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll keep fighting, but I need to eat a sandwich first. That is pretty much how war happens, ladies and gentlemen. That's war. So, turntable getting pushed, sentry is up, but yes, once again, a perfectly timed Uber. I mean, you just can't ask for anything better out of Let's Play some Highlander right now. And you do see Wendelin apparently taking down the scout with that direct hit, so he's feeling pretty good about that. Meanwhile, though, yes, Callie looked for the kills. Actually, oh, this is not good. Scout will chase him down and end up dying as a result, so they didn't manage to kill. Oh, Scar. Oh no. Scar is so close to dying. Doesn't matter. 80% on the red Uber, 40% on the blue. So at this point, they can pop Uber to try and stop things from happening. Sigafu does take some damage. Doesn't even matter, though. They got the cart to the second point already in 247. So pretty much like their last offense. It's burning down the barn. It's blitzing the barn, as it were. The map's called Barnblitz. Oh, what? Okay, well, apparently in this sniper battle, we had two snipers who were just doing an amazingly crazy job of killing each other. Komangli got that a nice headshot. BRBU are really getting bottled up into this little left area, not popping the Uber until their opponents do, which I think may have been a mistake. They might have wanted to pop that Uber a lot earlier. Because do bear in mind at this point, they're getting pushed back by way too many enemies that they were not able to kill, because all they basically had for that Uber was a demo man. If they'd popped it, you know, trying to slow the enemy's progress, giving their engineer time to build on the third point, I think things might have gone a little bit better. K2 getting way too aggressive outside there, considering the enemies were like all on that cart. If it were me as a scout, as soon as I poked my head out and saw like 9 people, I would have just been like, nope! And walked back in. And that's it. That's all that would have happened. I would have just stayed in spawn for the rest of the game. Like, nope. Suchef taking an interesting route here, jumping in straight after that sentry gun. He will get taken down. Heck, meanwhile, getting a stab on Sigafu. So it's going to be offensive spy out of the running for a little while. Sentry gun is gone, though. And I do apologize. I keep having to turn the mic down just so I can like make disgusting noises into it, because I promise you don't want to hear them. I got a little respiratory thing going on today. It's probably not even allergies. It's probably just me being sick. I don't like it, but I'm still going to cast, because this is a pretty solid game here on Barnblitz so far. Although, I have to say that we're in that classic position where BRBU, can they defend this, and for how long? Because I honestly don't know. If they can run a lot of time off the clock here, it's very possible they could then try and beat it on offense. But we saw that last time around they were not able to do that at all. They just couldn't push into the barn, and so their blitz was not a blitz. I'm just going to call it that. It was definitely not very much of a blitz. And if you can't blitz the barn, you can't win barn blitz. So Kai the foe, yeah, that's right. I'm not even leaving you time to groan. I don't want you to have any time to reflect on the fact that that was probably one of the worst things I have ever said. I'm going to keep going on, and you are going to ignore it. Kai the foe has the Uber ready to go here, and they are going to go ahead and try to push this in, but we get to see now how this team actually attacks last. We didn't get to see that last time around. And they are pushing forward here. They are really not wanting to rotate this at all, and of course it's very obvious they're coming this way now, so BRBU very ready for them. Nonetheless, they do get in, and the rest of the team should be following suit. Kai will get taken down, no problem. This is the problem with overcommitting to those Ubers inside the barn, is that once you're in, I mean, you really only have like 8 or less seconds, 8 or fewer. 8 or fewer seconds to get anything done with that Uber. And then, you know, by the time the Uber fades, if you're not in a safe position, the entire defending team is going to collapse on you. BRBU doing a pretty good job on defense. Polk, he wants to get damage done, but I mean, there's just not a lot that he can really do here. And his med just got lit on fire. So you have to lay down a sandwich for him. I mean, the job of a heavy is never easy. It's a little easier with shades, but even then, it's never easy. I mean, his eyes are probably still covered in pee right now. He looks kind of happy about it, though, so I don't know. It's a little weird, Polk. Sigafu just not even going for the stab. He's going for the revolver shots on the engineer. Can he? No! Oh, what? He did get the stab on negate, so that was pretty crazy. means Engineer is actually down. Should give a lot of room for the attacking team to try and push in. And, oh my gosh, Blitzster is ready to push him the rest of the team. There will be no sentry, so this is going to be the time for them to push if they can make anything happen. Will Polk's team manage to cap last on Barnblitz? I don't know. The Uber's in now. And the counter Uber is, of course, going to get popped as well. But the Uber actually not doing a heck of a lot here at the moment. 8-Ball laying down some stickies, trying to keep his opponents outside. And a nice shot on that sentry gun. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, he shot an immobile mini sentry. Sure, okay, big deal. Let me tell you how many times I have played as Demo Man and tried to just take that one little pipe and be like, yeah, no problem, I'm just going to take down this mini sentry, and I miss. I'm like, oh, no, wait a minute, it's still shooting at me. So I'll try it again, and I'll miss. I'll be like, oh, come on! And by that point, I'll just switch to stickies and try to sticky it to death and waste 3 of them. And then I feel really bad about myself. 8-Ball is, in fact, too strong. He's going to be standing upstairs for a little while here, looking to lay down a sticky trap. Classic positioning for that trap. He wants to make sure that he can watch it and not die. But is anybody actually coming up this way? Not yet. No. Spy coming up. That's going to be the first man up here. And by this time, 8-Ball is nowhere to be seen. So, oh. Pause. And want to know what I do during pauses? I speed them up, so it looks really funny. Woo! Party time! Confetti and flames everywhere. All right, and we are unpausing. I do remember that there was at least one round where there was like a ton of pauses, which sucks. So we'll see what happens. The sticky trap not really doing anything, of course. And everybody is ice skating right now, which is awesome. It's just one of those things that happens after pauses. The other thing that happens is typically the HUD breaks for about as long as the pause lasts. So we're going to kind of have to pay attention to this tab sheet a lot. The scoreboard to see who's alive and who's not, because our HUD's not going to work. It's just what happens. The Ubers have been exchanged now. And Blue is going to use this time to get the cart pushed. You do see, of course, that while this Uber is pushing, there's also, I guess, a scout and a soldier on the cart. And basically, at this point, there's only 2 players left alive for the red team. So BRBU probably going to lose this round here, or at least not lose the round, but they will, you know, have their enemies push the cart in, which is not what they want, but there goes. Boom! It's okay, though, because now they get their turn to attack. And if they can... Wait a minute. Oh, hang on. We gotta find the time. Boom. Okay.
Mission begins in 6 seconds.
Sorry. If they can beat the time of 9 minutes and 17 seconds, then we'll go to a 3rd overtime round. And I'll let you be the judge of whether that's going to happen. If I were you, my dear viewer, I would not shake your mouse or, you know, if you're not watching in full screen, look at the time left. Because that would just spoil everything. But if you already did, then don't come complaining to me about it. Anyway, 9 minutes and 17 seconds left. And of course, we did see that BRBU were basically incapable of pushing last on that second half of the first round, if that makes any sense. It does. It just, maybe the wording could have been better. I don't know.
Mission begins.
Blitzster watching through a chain link fence, and if you don't know anything about TF2, let me tell you right now, chain link fences are completely indestructible, and nothing can pass through them. No flames, no bullets, nothing. So he's perfectly safe back there, just like in real life. Meanwhile, Comanglia in a pretty decent position behind his point. It can be tough to see, I know, as we're watching through first-person view a lot of the time. It can be kind of tough to see what's happening on the whole map. It's one of the problems of Highlander. I'm kind of hoping that one of these days we actually do get, that I get the shadows through walls thing to work for STV demos, because I would love that. But in comes the Uber right now. Tomato and Caffeine both down. The HUD is still broken. Meanwhile, the Moosadu doing some work, as is 8-Ball, laying the pipes down on his opponents. And when Dylan, with that direct hit still, he's going to start looking to destroy the sentry when he can. Oh no, got to get back to defend his med. Not able to hit anything there. Of course, that's going to be 8-Ball actually getting a kill on Exco, causing him to explode in a shower of disgusting innards. And look at that perfect positioning there. by Wendillin. Able to do a lot of damage to the sentry. It will get repaired because, yes, it does still have that stupid freaking Wrangler on it. But BRBU, I mean, they're able to do so much damage here that at this point, that engineer has got to be feeling the pressure, I would imagine. Yes, the sentry is still smoking right now. It would not take a lot for somebody to come in and deal the damage. Nope. Now it's right back to full health. 2 hits of the wrench. That's all it takes. Not a fan of Barnblitz. Meanwhile, though, Heck, hoping to sneak in with the rest of the team. He's got the ambassador out right now, so if he's finding opportunities for headshots, he will go ahead and go for them. Grabbing some health from his cart. And he's disguised as a friendly, but for some reason it didn't matter as far as pushing the cart. I don't know why that is. But there you have it. Now the sentry, of course, was taken down by, I don't even know. Callie took down the offensive mini-sentry. But at this point, I mean, oh, K2, don't know how those stickies didn't kill him instantly, but that is going to be Callie with the finishing blow there. Ritalin already has set up a level 2 sentry using that same exact tactic that we saw Negate use, using the Eureka effect. So, oh, excuse me. He will pretty soon have this sentry up to level 3. His opponents have no capability to attack that just yet, but they do almost have an Uber. And here's the thing. Maybe they're getting a little bit too overconfident here based on their time, but our red team, which is Let's Play Some Highlander, they don't have a lot of players live right now, including their med was down, so they have no answer to this except to bring the Pyro out and try to air blast that Uber away. So, sentry guns down. And the offense, it's not stopping. Nice reflect by Caffeine into Callie. So Caffeine with those wicked sick reflexes. Maybe he's actually had his caffeine today. Going to cause some severe problems for Demo Man. Tomato, meanwhile, helping cover his team's push forward. Scar 11 taken down. Wait, that sounded like a medic down. There you go. That's going to be Scar actually down. I'm not sure what happened there. I thought the medic died because that's what it sounded like, but it didn't. Anyway, both medics are now down. Engineer probably still setting up on last. K2 gets a nice little kill on the scout there. Ritalin just now actually getting the sentry up to level 1, and he's got a default wrench for some reason, and a default strange shotgun, so he's still got his loadout. I don't know. Maybe he's just... Well, obviously there's no reason for the Eureka effect anymore. Maybe it's got a downside to it, and I don't know what it is. Yeah. No, red team has got to post up on last. They've got to defend this for 5.5 minutes. Now, they've shown us they can do that before. Like, they did it last round. And if they can do that for just the next 5 minutes, then they will win. Kai calling out a fake Uber charge. Scar knows. He knows he didn't have that Uber. Kritzkrieg is interesting. So we'll see whether that does any damage. 8-Ball getting the heals, getting all the heals right now, pretty much, except for the sniper. I do apologize, but I'm just getting worse and worse this cast because I really am running out of steam. The sickness is making things worse. We do have crit stickies going up to take down Polk and the medic both. So the crits is already being fairly useful. Only 4 players left alive right now for the defenders. They're doing some good damage, and they still have a sentry. 4 health left on Ritalin. He's trying to keep himself desperately alive and keep the sentry alive as well, but it looks like it may just be too late for him. Sentry is gone. But this is what we saw happen to BRBU last time. They lost a little bit too many players, and they weren't able to get the cart pushed. They've lost Musendu now, and Scar is going to have to retreat out of here. So once again, BRBU not able to follow up their successful push with a successful cart cap. Kind of too bad. They still do have room for another crit screen coming pretty soon here. I think they're going to be happy about that. But Polk doing a ton of damage. And just as soon as Polk's back on the field, things are going to get... Oh! Things are going to get bad. But 8-Ball is still too strong. And he is still doing crazy amounts of damage. We do see Caffeine and K2 down for the offense once again. Actually, that's not K2. That was Heck? No, I guess it was K2. Whoa, man, sorry. That is going to be another crit screen coming in right away. And holy crap, that's a crit demo and crit heavy. Taking down way too many players for the defenders to recover. It is just a medic left. He's going to walk out there, maybe with the Uber still out, but it doesn't even matter. And that's actually a round for Be Right Back uninstalling. Congratulations to them. We're going to a 3rd and final round. You know, speaking of names I've pronounced wrong in my life, and that has been many, it could just be Kai the Fox. I think it's Fox, even though it looks like it's supposed to be faux with a PH, F-A-O-U, like faux fur.
Mission
And he's
begins
just Fox.
in 30 seconds.
So I'm gonna call him that. Makes more sense. And my throat is definitely like, it doesn't hurt. There's no pain involved, but it's just decided that it doesn't want to do much anymore. So I'm afraid that if I don't sound energetic or enthused, it's not because I'm not energetic or enthused. It's just because my throat can't,
Mission begins
literally
in 10
cannot
seconds.
output that level of volume anymore. So you know,
3,
I may just have to retire.
1.
Maybe I'm just getting too old for the casting biz. I'll have to go live out my life as a seamstress. I can just imagine living in the old folks' home, working with the sewing machines all day. And yes, Blister has found Heck. No problem there. We take down that spy just fine. Exco forcing an Uber out of BRBU, and we'll see if BRBU can continue to streak here, making a nice quick round out of this. I would appreciate a quick round, but whatever. I do recall that the Machina can actually shoot through people, so if Comeglia could just hit one shot on that demo medic combo, it might have actually been, you know, a one-hit, two-kill thing, but he wasn't able to hit all that much. BRBU not able to get the cart quite pushed forward yet, but pretty soon we are probably going to see them do just that. It won't take too long for this defense to falter at this point, especially because their engineer is down. So yes, they are retreating. K2 down to a fadeaway shot from Callie. Meanwhile, Wendelin is in behind here, and he does see... Oh, look out. Does see a Pyro attacking his team. BRBU losing a lot of players here. They do get the cart pushed, but how much does that actually matter? I think the only thing that it really does is forces the enemy's spawn back. That's a useful thing to do. But, oh my gosh. It's a useful thing to do. Oh, okay. I really thought I was going to be able to like actually make that sound like a coherent sentence the second time around. And then it stopped again. Apparently saying the word do causes me some problems. I don't know. No. So I was saying something. It is a useful thing to do, but they do need to push forward and make a very effective push. Somehow they managed to catch Polk and Kai the Fox way out of position there, though. There is a sniper, but he will get taken down by Tomato, and this looks like a really, really sick lightning offense from BRBU right now. They should have no problem getting in here and knocking out sentries. There it goes. It's gone. So, question becomes, can they get to last and then push last sufficiently quickly to defeat their opponents? I don't know. We'll have to see here in UGC Gold Highlander. Moosendu trying to retreat back here. He doesn't want to lose those majestic antlers of his. Actually, he doesn't have any antlers. Maybe Valve ought to implement some heavy antlers. Just saying. Like, the Santa hat is nice, and he does look a lot like Kris Kringle, but this guy needs a hat that goes with his name. He really does. Meanwhile, blue team is already in last, so this is kind of ridiculous. 2.5 minutes on the first 2 points, probably going to be about 3 minutes on that third point, and Moosendu spots a sniper. There's just not a lot of defense up right now for the red team. They are being trapped in their spawn, and are, yeah, in fact, still trapped in their spawn. Not able to get a lot of damage done is Callie on the Demo Man. And so at this point, this is looking really, really fantastic for BRBU. The one problem is that now their entire opposing team has respawned. They may have a little bit of trouble here. Scar not actually dying as the kill feed has suggested. That was really just the spy on the cart using the Dead Ringer disguised as his own team. Now, problem, they've lost a couple players. And at this point, the players they've lost are fairly important players. But they have an Uber, and they are going to go ahead and try to bring that in anyway. They want to continue their streak here. They want to make this a fast round, which would be very, very good, I think, for all of us. Just kidding. We love seeing more TF2. Don't we? Don't we? Yes, we do. Don't you give me that. Scar 11, the 11th Scar, is... Oh! Uber Spy, taking down the 8-ball, is retreating, so he will be successfully out of there, able to use his Uber advantage potentially for some more damage. The blue team is still in, trying to keep the cart moving, but it's just not quite enough. Where is the sentry right now? That is the big question. Well, we're going to watch Tomato here as he gets trapped and dies. Okay, we're going to watch somebody else now. Negate setting up his teleporter for his team. Heck is in some trouble. And he realizes he's not going to get that jump stab
because Komangli is looking for him. That's the thing about being a spy at this point. It's like everybody's watched Stabby, so everybody knows what to watch out for. We all know the trick stabs. You're never going to get away with it. Plus, the guy had a Razorback. So, I mean, what can you do? Nothing. Nothing is what you can do. So, this is not going to be that 4-minute Barnblitz round that we all thought it could be. But Wendelin has got a nice kill on Blitzter. It's going to be another scout down to a direct hit. Kind of ridiculous. Rusendu shooting at something in the wall. I'm thinking that might have been just a hat glitch. But who knows? And Sushev hanging around looking for spies. So pretty much the defense is getting set up to standard. Set up to spec. ISO 9000 spec, that is. They are, oh, sick. They are definitely in compliance with high quality standards. Sushev down. Ritalin setting up more mini sentries on defense, which is just so annoying. But you know what? There he goes. And I think at this point, it is really just 2 against 3 right now. Sniper Spy against Sniper Spy Medic. And the defenders were not able to make quite enough happen. So, we've got 5 minutes and 22 seconds as the time to beat. That's pretty tough. It's in fact extremely tough. So, let's take a look. Take a look at what happens here. Because what happens to Polk's team, let's play some Highlander, is make or break here. Do they lose or win this game? It all comes down to this final push. They've got to beat a 5-minute, 22-second time. They can do it, but it's not going to be easy. And this soldier, there is no way. No, come on. You're not going to go with that. Anyway, they've got to push it into the first point, which by itself is not an easy task, but typically goes pretty quickly. We have not seen them really fail that. You've got to get it to the turntable to get it to the second point, which could be a problem, but they've never had a problem with that because they've had good Uber management, right? So they always have an Uber coming in right here that takes down the sentry that's always upstairs. Then they got to get it up this hill. They have a little bit of trouble with the hill, and then finally into last, and that's where the real difficulty begins. We're gonna watch Sigafu walk out here, probably activating a Deadbringer, I think. Yeah, I don't know. No, he's just got the revolver out. Gonna go ahead and shoot some nerds. Takes down K2 with no problem. I'm not sure why nobody focused him there, but I guess nobody was really able to pay attention. There goes the Deadbringer activation. Oh! Forgot to disguise. Sigafu, we are not catching you on your good day today. Exco is taking some heals from the med, but at this point the med wants to keep the rest of his team moving forward. And really, you don't want to heal a soldier too much. It's just one of those things. Soldier's kind of supposed to roam and find his own health kits. Because he can. The rest of your team can't. He almost did some good damage there to Scar, but Scar still has 80, 90 health now. So the red med looks invisible, still is going to be able to keep himself alive quite nicely. Mini sentry's getting taken down. This is one of the things that our red soldier's really good for. Good push though so far. There is going to be that sentry set up here, but of course we are going to see an Uber coming in relatively soon. Kai the Fox has 75% right now. Negate grabbing the health, and he has a problem. Yep, it's a big problem. Sigafu finally managing to make something good happen there. Just kidding. You're a good spy. Please don't hurt me. But no, that was actually a really good play by our spy, and Scout getting knocked down the stairs. So at this point now we do see BRBU falling back to go third already, leaving their opponents with a lightning offense, even perhaps faster than their own. And now the Uber's coming out so far that they're actually having to go back to last. Heck does get a nice stab on that blue med though, and that's going to slow things down considerably. Every last second counts here. Sushev gets the kill on Negate just before he got into that health kit. That full health kit would have been very nice for him. But Sushev is on a rampage, and he is not going to let anyone escape the flames. The fire and brimstone will all come to get you. This guy's a ghost with a terrible hat, okay? And he is not going to let you sleep at night. Coming in. Oh, he did, I think, get a reflect, but didn't manage to connect it. Would have been hilarious if he reflect killed a direct hit soldier. Ritalin actually saying it's happening. They might be defeating BRBU with a time better than 5 minutes. Now, they've still got to push into the last point. That is the toughest part of this map, as we all know, so we'll see whether they can actually manage to get away with it. But I think they can. I think that Polk's team, let's play some Highlander, can actually play some Highlander well enough. Oh, Caffeine, that's hilarious. controlling the scout's movement until he basically just couldn't get anywhere out of range of that sentry gun. That should count as a kill directly for the Pyro, but it doesn't. Whatever. We all know who won that one. Now, good attack by Exco here, doing some good damage from afar to that sentry gun. In fact, sentry is down. That's going to be really impressive. Kai the Fox almost has his Uber ready to go, and we are going to see them push that in pretty soon. They're going to want to keep the sentry down, keep the engineer dead as long as possible, and allow their team the time to push this cart. Can they get away with it, though? No, Polk is down right now. Good kill by the direct hit. The Uber is in, but it's in early. A bit of an early pop, and so they're wasting half of this Uber, not even doing any damage. They spot a spy, but that's not going to really work very well. Not a lot of enemy players up live, but there is an Uber demo in there. So 2 minutes left to go here, and the Uber is just fading away for both teams. Scar is going to have to retreat. It's a Pyro after him, but no, Pyro somehow got taken down. K2 with the save. So BRBU should have a decent defense set up. Scar eating a rocket, though. You don't want to lose your med at this point in the game. You really need that med to keep the players alive and healthy on defense so that they can in turn defend the sentry, which can in turn keep everybody out of here and not able to get that card moved. Some good damage coming into Polk right now. It's a minute and a half left to go, and things are getting down to the wire here on Barnblitz, which is not something you really expect to happen all that often, but it happens. It does happen. And Barnblitz, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long map. Not the longest I've ever actually casted, but it's a long one. Polk eating a sticky trap there while he's invulnerable, which is perfectly fine. He is going to go ahead and take down Moose and Dew. K2 and 8-Ball are down as well, and this is looking like a pretty good push. The cart's getting in there 2 times, pushing on the cart. Now, Pyro comes in, lights people on fire, but it's not going to be quite enough. There is going to be an Uber ready to go, and I want to see this Uber get out and try to stop this. Spy tries to stop the cart. The Uber, oh no, it looks like it's been dropped, and I think that's going to be it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is BRBU losing to the victorious heroes of Let's Play Some Highlander. Polk's fantastic team. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. Hit subscribe if you haven't already for some reason, but you've watched all my vids. I mean, subscriptions, they just let you know when I've posted something new and when I do things like drop my webcam on the floor. Oops. Oh well. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.